county. Please go on record.
Good morning, Chair. My name is Bishop Kawira Mwangaza, Governor Meru County.
The rest of your delegation, say your name and what you do in the county.
Thank you, Chair. My name is CPA Ibrahim Mutweri, the CC Member for Finance, Economic Planning and ICT, Meru County.
Charles Mwenda, Chief Officer in charge of Finance.
Morning, Chair. Christmas Mutoni, End of Financial Reporting.
Morning, Chair. Miri Majao, End of Procurement.
Morning, Chair. Nchampambedi, Chief of Staff.
Good morning, Chair. Dr. Joseph Ohome, Chief Officer Health.
Morning, Chair. Dixon Muneni, CC in charge of Public Service Management, Administration and Legal Affairs.
Morning, Chair. My name is Monene Eric Kabwe, in charge of ICT, Meru County.
Morning, Chair. Richard Waroro, Secretariat.
Morning, Chair. My name is Mugambi Lofond, Secretariat.
Morning, Chair. I'm Olivia Mureithi, Public Communications Officer, Office of the Governor.
Morning, Chair. James Kitonga, Communication Officer.
Is that all for the governor's delegation? I see Obuya behind there. Are you part of the delegation from Meru? Okay. We need to be sure because a lot of media persons have been taken to counties, but you're with us here in Bunge. Fine. Before we go to the administration of oath, we skip the adoption of agenda. Our agenda today is to consider the report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of Meru County Executive for the financial years 2020-2021 and 2021-2022. Could I get a proposer?
Chair, I propose.
Thank you, Senator Nyoka. Could I get a seconder?
Chair, second.
Thank you, Senator Mariam Omar. Next order is administration of oath. The governor shall take the oath, guided by the clerk.
I, Bishop Kawira Mwangaza, do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before this committee in respect to the matters before the committee shall be the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Next, you shall table your management responses and supporting annexures.
Mr. Chair, I hereby table the following documents before the committee: management responses and accompanying annexures for the county government of Meru for the financial years 2020-2021, 2021-2022.
Auditor General, can you confirm that the responses and annexures were served to you in good time?
And thank you, Chair. I wish to confirm that the documents and responses were submitted to our office in Embu on that June 2024.
And you have had the opportunity to review?
Yes, we have had the opportunity. We've also had the opportunity to sit with the management.
Clerk of the Senate?
Yes, Chair. I do confirm that we received the documents within the timelines that you had set.
Okay, so if there's no reason for us to, I think there's no reason that would stop us from proceeding unless there is any preliminary observation from the members of the Senate. Senator Sifuna.
Yeah, Chair, as the chair of this committee, I know you have insisted, and we members support you in insisting that proceedings of this committee must be done in the open and transparent manner in the presence of the media. Yesterday, day when we were handling the county government of Baringo, I got information that somehow the media were stopped from accessing those proceedings. I just thought maybe they were not aware that the county government was here. But I confirmed with one of them that in fact there have been new restrictions on parliamentary media practitioners under the guise of reaccreditation. And because in the proceedings of this committee, you as the chair are the one who has the right to admit or to eject any person, I think you must make it very clear. And we need confirmation from our liaison for the media and the clerks whether there are any media houses that have been locked out of these proceedings. Because if you look at the people present here, this is not the usual attendance of Public Accounts Committee when we have governors here. And I have a lot of friends in Meru. I think they are the same as the number of enemies I have in Meru. But they are interested in following these proceedings, and we cannot just ignore that fact.
Thank you, Senator, for raising that. We have a media liaison officer in this committee, and he's called Ruto, and he's the one I would have wanted to go on record to tell us whether there have been any instructions. But sitting here as the chair of this committee, I think we recently amended our standing orders to give a chair the same powers as a speaker. And so I must give directions that these proceedings are public. There is nothing in secret. There is nothing to be done in camera. And I must give confidence to the media present. I've seen some of them, some faces. I hope that they did not have to fight their way into the room. These proceedings are public. These proceedings are open. And Sergeant at Arms, I give directions that the media should not be banned from these proceedings. And if there are other instructions contrary to that, then that is a matter that we must take up on the floor of the House. So members of the Fourth Estate present, feel free, feel comfortable within the restrictions of space and accommodation, and have the courage to report whatever goes on in this meeting. So, Senator Sifuna, if there is any instruction in writing or verbal, I can assure you that those instructions shall not apply to proceedings of the Public Accounts Committee. Honourable members, any other observation, or we may proceed to the report of the Auditor General? We shall proceed as follows. We've got financial years 2021-22 and 2020-2021. We will begin with the most recent financial year. In 2021-2022, the Public Sector Accounting Standard Board came up with a new template for financial reporting. County governments are supposed to produce 3 reports: a county revenue fund statement, a receiver of revenue statement, and a county executive statement. Governor, can you confirm whether Meru prepared 3 reports in 2021-2022, CRF, ROR, and executive?
Thank you, Chair. I confirm that we prepared all of them.
Auditor General, can you confirm you audited for financial year 2021-2022?
Thank you, Chair. I should confirm that we audited him.
Okay, so if that is confirmed, then we'll proceed, but we will still need to get a sitting to review the receiver of revenue statement and the county revenue fund statement, because in every financial year you have 3 reports that paint the picture of financial affairs in the county. Today we are dealing with the executive report, and I think that we have made a ruling previously that there are some counties that we must query their receiver of revenue statements specifically. The control of budget has told us about a worrying trend in on-source revenue growth in Meru County, and I think that maybe we should be one of those counties that we come back for a conversation on on-source revenue, not from a historical perspective, but from a current perspective, because it does not make sense to call you to explain on-source revenue practices under the previous governor. We want to see what your administration has done, the systems and processes you put in place, and to what extent the growth of revenue has been. Maybe just for our information, and I know that whatever you say is still subject to audit. When you closed this financial year on 30th of June, how much have you collected as on-source revenue in Meru? Your interim report? Because I'm sure you have received revenue. Who has those numbers?
It's approximately 980 million.
Approximately 980 million.
Yes, that is both FIF and other sources.
So I think we must, honourable members, we must have this conversation for Meru, because there are arguments about county contributions or county gross product. Meru's county gross product is higher than Homa Bay's gross product. The productivity base in Meru is higher than the productivity base in Homa Bay. And yet Homa Bay is closing the year at 1 billion plus, and Meru is closing the year at 900 million plus. So these are conversations that we must have. We must also look at the report that CRA tabled 2 weeks ago in the Senate on on-source revenue potential for county governments. So, Governor, we'll have to set up another date for conversation on on-source revenue. We are picking the top 5 and the bottom 5 counties so that we are able to come up with a better picture on the revenue-raising measures of county governments and what needs to be done to enhance them. In the report of the executive for 21-22, Auditor General, what was your opinion?
Thank you, Chair. Report of the Auditor General County Executive of Meru for the year that is 2022. Report on the financial statement. It was a qualified opinion.
It was a qualified opinion. You have already taken us through the issues that are standing and the issues that have been resolved. But we agreed that there's something that we must point out. That is the understatement of receipts and payments, the issue of other payments. Now, Governor, there is a practice that seems to be unique to Meru, where in this financial year, 2 billion out of 10 billion, which is 20% of your expenditure, was just described as other payments. Ideally, the expenditure of a county should go to salaries, should go to use of goods and services, should go to acquisition of assets. But when you say other payments, it might sound very miscellaneous. But you cannot have 20% of your expenditure being described as miscellaneous. If you look at your statement of payments and receipts, 2021-2022 other payments was 2 billion Kenya shillings. 2020-2021 other payments was 1.7 billion Kenya shillings. Is this practice recurring even in your tenure as governor? Do you still continue to put upwards of 2 billion shillings as other payments?
Thank you, Chair. The practice is not recurring in our tenure, but the Chief Officer is here, can explain because we have a tabled report.
Chief Officer.
Chair, in reference to the financial statement for the financial year 2022, I have seen where the 2 billion is. It's not recurring because while we hadn't disclosed that amount, there was appropriation in end to 4 institutions. One, we have an institution by the name Kaguru ATC that and been issued with the appropriation in end. We and MS Mitungu, and the third one is FIF for hospitals. Chair, currently the ATC, Kaguru and the IMS, we have created a fund, so it is auditable now independently. It will recur from financial year 2023, 2022-2023. It's not recurring. FIF the same. There is a appeal bill in the assembly, so that it becomes a fund. The FIF, it was a fund, but we used to report as the county executive. But from this financial year, we report independently, so it will appear.
Chair, we are following that table together. Chapter 27 of the Auditor General's report, where you find note 8 on the amount of 2 billion shillings.
Yes.
You have explained Kaburu ATC, which is only 16 million, MS Mitungu is 10 million, FIF is 277.
Yes.
There is still a column there that says other expenses, payables from previous financial year, which is actually the bulk, 1.6 billion shillings. So, whereas you can explain Kaburu ATC, MS Mitungu, FIF, there's a column there that just says other expenses 80 million. And then the bulk of 1.6, which should be the biggest interest to this committee, it just says payables from previous financial period. Do you have a breakdown of those payables?
Yes, and provide. It was payment for pending bills. You remember during that time, there was a directive by the Ministry of Finance, National Treasury, for counties to clear the pending bills. So in that year, we were actually forced to do a supplementary budget and clear 70% of the pending bills, which were
the pending bills would relate to goods, would relate to goods, would relate to services.
Yes.
So they need to be broken down to the expenditure or the chart of account lines that they relate to, instead of backing them up.
Chair, this was just a disclosure. The auditor had looked on all the pending bills that...
Leave alone the auditor. That's why there's a constitutional requirement for you to participate.
CEO, you say, what's your name?
Charles Mala.
Charles.
Yes.
Do you understand we're asking the issue why this other payments issue is important to us?
Okay, that's why they are disclosed separately.
Again, you're answering the question. Do you understand why the question of the payments being made under other is critical to us?
I guess it's an issue of materiality.
Thank you. So the question then I'm asking you, if we are asking you, and the way Honorable Sifuna has said, the other 2-3 items which have been in other payments are explained, how then could you have 70% of the payment, which is 1.5 billion, not having its line items so that we are able to know actually where the money was spent? And indeed, that's the query they have got for you. You understand that?
Understand, Chair?
Thank you.
And just answer that. For the bills were not budgeted cumulatively and online. They were budgeted on the respective departments.
You are again missing my point. You already know, and we already know that those are pending bills. We are not questioning them. And we know where pending bills are always stashed and kept and domiciled. What is it that you put into this? If you say it is pending bills, why did you put it under other and not initially just saying these are pending bills and they are 1.6 billion?
Chair, just a minute.
Chair, can I tell the CEO that what we are saying, you are hiding certain expenses under that other expenses, which should have actually been enumerated. Is that clear to you?
It's clear, Chair, but you're not hiding. In fact, we are even...
No, you are hiding. Why do you lump other expenses at the cost of 1.6 billion? That is the question.
And before response,
we're trying to help you. You sound like a fairly knowledgeable person. If you're on that same page, CEO, if you are on page 27 of the Auditor General, just below that table, Auditor General is telling you to provide explanation as to what each component of other expenses relates to. So, have you provided to the Auditor General those things you are telling us? Those explanations. Have you provided to the Auditor General a breakdown that totals the amount of 1.6 in financial year 2022, that she can actually look and say, this is a pending bill for roads, this is for supplies, this is for, and this is the contractor that was paid. So that you are not telling stories. Let your documents speak. Where are those documents?
Let me request my end of finance reporting to answer that.
I think it's only the governor who can do that.
No, order. It is the chair to direct the any person to speak. This is not your meeting. It's not for you to decide who speaks. And the person to the oath is the governor. The governor, you must take charge. If someone is to speak, that request must be through you.
The end of financing to assist our officer. Thank you.
Senator Mariam, first so that response.
Chair, the preparer of the financial statement is Charles Wanda, which is the chief officer, with expert number 2191. And Charles, when you answer a question, you answer as a layman. So, as a professional accountant, answer the question under other expenditure, miscellaneous expenditure, if it is materially, because it is 2 billion materiality. So don't, I think that the person who is supposed to answer is you. You cannot even delegate to another person because you are the preparer of the financial statement and you know the explanation. You are just answering as a layman. So come clear and answer the question properly.
Is the chief officer Charles Wanda? The one who prepares financial statements?
Yes, Chair.
So why do you need help from somebody else?
Oh, Chair, I needed to clarify where the schedule is. But Chair, what I wish to say about this, we provided the schedule on pending bills to the auditors. Because Chair, even these pending bills, the ones that were paying, had previously been audited by the General, after a directive by the National Treasury, clear the pending bills which were audited and declared eligible. Yes. So that is
when you have pending bills,
yes,
what we call payables, there are staff payables sometimes. In these audit reports, there are unremitted NHIF and NSSF deductions. That becomes a staff payable, isn't it?
Yes.
When you pay that deduction, ideally it will affect the compensation of employees, isn't it?
Yes.
When you have pending bills, some of them are due to contractors for civil works. That should affect acquisition of assets. You have pending bills to suppliers of petroleum and paper. Perhaps those would be used for goods and services. That is our concern. That when you go and lump up to
that accounting unit can now confine themselves to the ambit of their own votes within their arm's length.
Thank you, Dr. Mua. I think the long and short of it is that we are casting doubt on that expenditure of 2 billion, particularly the manner in which it was reported, and we are asking the Auditor General going forward to scrutinize any payment that is listed as other payments. But you must stop the habit of doing a budget for other payments, because I've seen there was even a budget for other payments. That is highly irregular, and I wonder how the Assembly would approve a budget where 20% is described as other payments. We have seen in some county executives, what was there would be things that you don't anticipate. For example, if there is a KRA agency notice that you did not plan for, you can put it in there, but you cannot put public participation cost. You cannot put FF. You cannot put what you're calling bills, because spending bills relates to assets, relates to goods, relates to services. So we expect greater vigilance from the people who prepare these financial statements. And Governor, you must always question why things are put as other payments, unless that then becomes your pocket money for other activities. So we'll ask already to keep an eye on the matter, and I'll also ask the Senator for Tharaka-Nithi to go on record.
This is Senator Mwenda Kataya Mufaya, member of this committee, and the chairman that Meru County are part of my neighbors. You know, Tharaka-Nithi and Meru County is just one county. Thank you.
Welcome, Senator.
Thank you, Chair. On the issue of other payment, I think we'll establish issue so that we have a understanding of how it's been done in the counties. Thank you, Chair.
Correct, thank you. Let's go to the basis of the qualified opinion. Auditor General will move very, very efficiently. I think the first issue you cited was lack of valuation and title deeds for land. Does the matter still remain outstanding?
Yes, it's still outstanding.
Okay.
Yes.
What specifically were you looking for? Title deeds for parcels of land owned by the county government?
Yes. Yeah, the issue was the title deeds, that is the ownership documents for the parcels of land in Meru.
So this is part of asset management.
And value of the assets.
Okay, Governor, what is the difficulty in providing title deeds for your land holdings? Because I think this is a very straightforward matter.
Chair, the audit observation that the county does not have ownership documents for various land parcels owned by the de facto local authorities and they don't function. This is as a result of failure the ITGRG to complete handing all assets and liabilities to the de facto local authority and the involved function. However, the verification of the assets and liabilities were done and reports prepared. However, the financial adding over has not been concluded, hence the county is not in a position to acquire the title deed. List of all the land parcels, including the location, is available for audit review. See Annex 1, copy of the verification reports containing the various land parcels.
Auditor General, what do you make of that response?
This is provided, but the value, I think the issue was a valuation of the assets and some title deeds.
Governor, do you have asset management policy?
I think I can this is the chief of the CEC Finance.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chair. Currently, this matter is being addressed because we are moving into accrual accounting. Because
do you have an asset management policy?
Currently, we don't have.
So that's the beginning of your problems. Because without a policy, then everything is done in chaos. Start with policy, then that determines how you manage register. You understand the issue of AJAABU, we've been around, that AJAABU has taken forever. But your feeling is in not having an asset management policy. National Treasury, haven't you provided a framework and guidance for county governments on that?
Actually, we have given a guidance which was sent to the county government in 2019. It is upon now the county government to look at our guideline, use it, come up with your own policy guideline. It should help you.
I want to be interested to know, how do you audit assets now that you don't have the policy for the last institution of this law? All that the control of budget that has controlled, the treasury that controlled that there was that policy which came back 2019 that we have not been able to obey it. So what is the issue? Okay.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. What we have a fixed asset register that is updated. However, we don't have a policy, but the National Treasury across I think May, April, and held a training or a seminar for all the accounting audit, the entities of the government, especially the county government, so that they come up with a policy by the starting of this month, July, and then an asset and liability management unit which will be able to deal with these issues. Because one, we've been given a 3-year term for that to transition to the accrual. The first one is for us to have implemented all of I think of the number of assets we have been
in the management response.
Billion. The controller is telling you, yes, we acknowledge the amount of money which is 233.76. There is breakdown to 38,822. That one we agree with you. The question is, go to the last the second paragraph. The circumstances, the accuracy and completeness of the expenditure amount of 9,438,070 could not be confirmed. What the auditor is saying, there is 9 million that you are not explaining. Could you please explain what do you think that variance is, or your officers could do it?
Thank you, Senator. I think the officer will do that and explain about the 9,438,070, which is not in this table. Thank you.
Yes, I wish to elaborate on that. And in addition to what the Excellency the Governor has read, is that payment to legal, they are not, as compared to the year, they cannot be the same because it depends on what costs are once during the financial year. And we have pended a schedule of what we get, making up that 8 million. So really, in 1 year, we can even pay 200 million. The subsequent year, and depending on what is awarded to various cases, that's what you pay in the year. And also by budget chair.
Excuse me, Chair. CEO.
Yes, Chair.
Did you write this report?
Yes, I did, Chair.
You sure?
Yes.
Go to the first paragraph. The last sentence. However, this was unexplained and unsupported increase of 9,438,070 for the previous year. What you are being asked to explain to us is, yes, we have no problem whether the money was an extra 9 million, but the auditor is saying you have no evidence to support that. That's That's what the auditor is.
Chair, let me ask something.
The auditor is not, excuse me, he's not even asking whether you should have spent the money or not. The auditor agrees with you it is okay for you to spend the money.
Yes.
They're asking for the evidence of the documents.
We provided that, Chair.
Where?
Where? The auditor is here. He's not in Nairobi City Center.
Thank you, Chair. We confirm that the documents were provided. However, the aspect of the legal fee has come in the flesh in our budget across the counties and the ministries. That is why we left this paragraph for advice from the committee on the legal aspect.
Chair, there's a petition by members of public on the expenditure of legal fees. And I know Council of Governors were represented yesterday for Legal and Pollution Committee. Because there's a lot of money that is actually misappropriated, as audited by Auditor General. So, how many legal counsels do you have within Meru County? Because that is the matter or the concern of the members of public. You have legal counsels. Why do you hire the service of independent lawyers? Because it's costing the government a lot of money. Do you really feel it's necessary?
Thank you, Senator Dulo. We have 9 legal counsels in Meru County, and that number is very small compared to the cases that we've met, or the cases that are in Meru County. We have over 800 cases in Meru County. And this number is not enough to cater for the cases that we have. Number 2, Senator, there are cases that also concern the County Public Service Board. And given that the number that we have are also employees, to my understanding, they can also represent the county when they are also county employees and also have cases against the County Public Service Board, which is the employer.
Let me ask, 9 legal counsels, are they appearing in court on a daily basis? Because normally the shade of appearance, a case, for example, like this one, if it is in court, it will take like 3 months. What will they be doing, the 9 lawyers, day in, day out? Even if I know the population of Meru is big, and you have 800 cases. Surely, what will they be doing, the 8 or 9 lawyers? Does it really make sense for you to hire extra lawyers outside? Because if you earn well, they can be able to represent you properly, and also you save the legal fees that you're spending outside.
Thank you, Senator Dulo. Because we have just the legal person with us, he can say that maybe if the 9 legal counsels are enough to cater for over 800 cases that we made.
Is that CC legal or is that the county attorney? You have a CC in charge of legal.
CC legal.
And do you have a county attorney? Huh? You have a county attorney?
At the moment, we don't have county attorney.
What is the requirement of the County Attorney's Act or county counts?
Appealing cases, Chair.
The County Attorney's Act makes it an obligation for each county to have a county attorney. So is that CC legal? That's a county attorney. You have a designated county attorney because there's an act of parliament that speaks to that.